Welcome to the Program Pod, a national award-winning program on the RCBC Podcast Network, which takes a deep dive into the programs offered at RCBC through different perspectives of students, faculty, and employers.
Yeah, national award-winning podcast. That's right. One and only Jay Varga here back. I think part 3 here for the episodes of the Commencement series for 2024, the May Commencement, because again, we have 2 commencements now. We have a spring one and then winter, because some people graduate over the summer and fall. They don't want to wait all the way around till spring, so we honor them and for the winter commencement, and so it's good times. But yeah, third part, and got another speaker here, President Award winner for the other third one, which is Joseph Vercillo. Joe, right?
Yes,
Go
it
by
is.
Joe? Cool.
Yep.
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you, Jay?
I'm doing good. So got to hear a little bit of your speech.
Yep.
Are you ready to speak in front of your classmates?
No, I'm never ready to speak in front of a crowd. That's not usually me. So it's kind of nerve wracking, but I think I'll be. The more I rehearse, the better it'll be.
Yeah.
Easier it'll be.
It's a little different too. We're back here in Voda Hall, obviously in the Mount Laurel campus, but this is where the winter commencement is, and we go on the podium and get to hear how you sound a little bit, but it's totally different when you're out there in the quad. It's a bigger PA system, bigger speakers and such, and there's a little bit of like a reverb. Sometimes your voice will bounce off the wall or back to you. Yeah. So we will test that out a little bit. So if anybody's listening, obviously the podcast or the graduation already happened, because we're going to be interviewing some of the students a little bit later on, which we'll hear later on in the program, as well as part of the commencement too. But do you think you're ready to actually speak in front of a pretty big crowd?
I think so.
Yeah.
I know, like, my speech, I'm not completely. It's not as smooth as I'd like it to be.
Sure.
And what you gave me some pointers today, which is awesome.
I try.
And that, I think that's going to help me a lot. But I'm always most nervous before I actually get up there, and once I'm up there, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, it's always gonna be the jitters, right? Like an athlete before a game, or even by myself before, like when I used to teach. That's why it's kind of like the teacher side of me coming out, trying to give you a couple of pointers in the speech and and delivery and such. But I would get a little bit of butterflies before my students, and then get in a classroom. It's like the light switch, and you're off and running.
Then you're good. Yeah.
You're good to go. But during your speech, you were talking a little bit how you said you're all into hockey and surfing and music and recording music. Do you ever play live music in front of people?
I used to, lots of shows.
So you're already ready then.
I'm a little rusty, I guess, but I guess you never kind of lose that in a way.
Yeah. What kind of music was it?
It was I was in a punk rock band in high school.
Okay.
And then I got into some acoustic stuff.
Sure.
And then back into the punk rock. I had a little band going for a couple of years in the early 2010s. Yeah.
Yeah. You still play?
Not as much as I'd like to, but I try to get on the guitar once in a while.
Right on.
Yeah.
I used to do open mic nights back in college days and host them and such. Not that good of a singer, but that's why I let my buddy sing, and I was more the rhythm guitarist and stuff. I like to mess around a little bit. I have my daughter now, so she seems to be infatuated with just sounds, right, of music. I got her on a xylophone, but what she really loves, walking up and grabbing the microphone and just being like, "Rah!" Right? So
that's awesome.
So I hopefully dust off my guitar a little bit for her.
Yeah,
and,
she'll love it.
Yeah. But all right, so we're here because you are one of the President Award winners. Congratulations.
Thank you.
By the way. And so you're speaking in front of Health Sciences?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
right. So, because you are graduating for the Health Sciences class, right?
Yes, I am.
First things first, why did you apply to be a President's Award winner?
Honestly, my professor was, she emailed a few of us to kind of say, do you apply? You might get it. And that's just how I found out about it. I didn't actually know that was happening. I didn't know how they selected that.
Sure.
I didn't know the process, but I had an interview, and then I got the call, and it was awesome.
Who was your professor?
Professor Rivera. Okay. Yeah.
So your story then, like, how did you're from Canada and stuff? So how do you end up here at RCBC? Like, let's get to know you a little.
So I met my wife through work. So kind of like this goes back to the music. So my friend and I were making music for it was kind of like soundtrack music, and we sell it on to license it.
Nice.
And my wife I think she found me through YouTube. It was like a random YouTube. One of our songs was on YouTube, and she clicked on it. She liked one of the, had a comment or something that said, I like your music. Mm-hmm. I replied, and then we became friends, and then we she's a writer, and she has a fiction fiction series called The Portal Chronicles.
Okay.
And she wanted to do an audiobook, and that's how we connected. So she wanted to have a theme music for that. So we collaborated to make a song for that. And that's how we met. So we were friends for years, and then finally we met in person, and we kind of hit it off. And then I've been coming back and forth ever since. And
Okay. So she was from around here?
well, she's from Sweden originally, and then she's been living here in the U.S. since I think 2001.
Okay. Where in the U.S. was she at? Was she right here in Jersey?
Yes, always in Jersey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Princeton area.
Okay. All right. So here, end up at RCBC. You're a little weathered like myself.
Yeah.
Right. So how did you find your way? I mean, so part of your story is that you're a 43-year-old graduate.
Right.
Because you want to go out and do the whole surfing and hockey and music and, kind of go out and live your life and figure things out as it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I feel like there was you can maybe kind of look back on it like, maybe I should have got a more stable job. But
I don't always the purpose. I
don't regret it. Exactly.
Yep.
It's life experience.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's I always like to say it's kind of cliche, is it? But the light will show you its way. So there's that experience. You probably would have never met your wife if you didn't.
I wouldn't exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I would have never met her.
Again, I'm getting goosebumps. Because that was the purpose.
It was just a connection there. Yeah.
Yep. So, but you're here. So obviously, health sciences. You're related to that. Why did you choose, or what is your major specifically, and why did you choose that?
Right. So my major is nursing.
Okay.
And so like I said in my speech, me and my wife were going over things that I could possibly do. So she asked me like, what was your dream job when you were a kid? And I said firefighting. That was what I wanted to do. And she's like, let's try that. So I called my local volunteer company up in West Windsor.
Okay.
They pretty much put me right into fire school, and then
I thought you were gonna say fire. I was like,
no,
literally,
it's kind of like that. I remember getting the first day I got my gear, and they're like, you got gear, and then the call came in, they're like, hop on the truck. I was scared. But and then it's one of those things you get thrown in and you hit the ground running.
Yeah.
So then from there I got my EMT certification, liked the medicine side of it, like the medical side, and then. Yeah, I found the nursing program and I applied and got in, and just the process has just been going. So here I am.
Yeah, finally. Here you are, and a President's Award winner, speaking in front of classmates and everything else.
I'm shocked at that too.
So life kind of sometimes comes at you fast.
It does. Yeah.
A little bit later, but fast.
Yeah.
When it does.
Yeah.
So I love seeing that drive. It's a great story.
Yeah.
It just kind of goes to show. You're referring to your speech, which I will play a little clip later on because we will be broadcasting the speech live to YouTube. So anybody in the world can be checking it out, and it'll be archived later. But I'm going to pull some of the audio clips that I'll put on this podcast a little bit later. But in that speech, you're talking about some of those excuses, and sometimes even I had it because I was like, I wanted to go back to school, possibly to go into masters, because I'm getting a little more curious with computer science, right, and cybersecurity.
Right.
Because now that I handle the website as well here at the school, it's like I've always enjoyed computers, but I took the radio broadcasting route, right, and I learned all that experience and everything else, but. Radio is kind of a little cutthroat, and it's not as much job security as, say, cybersecurity and stuff. But then I start to think, am I too old to go back? Am I going to have time to do this? I just have my daughter. Where am I really going to find that time? And these are the questions. But you're a living example of it. It's never too old to go back.
Never too old. Yeah. And I didn't know that until, like I was saying, I kept making those excuses of why I couldn't do certain things, like firefighting. I thought I needed chemistry to do that. No way I'm ever passing a chemistry course, which, by the way, I did during school.
Okay.
So that's another thing where you kind of like doubt yourself, but then you realize, I can do this. It was
bio for me, actually.
Bio,
Chemistry was easy because I'm good with like math and stuff, right? And
I'm not
formulas and
math.
everything. Yeah. Bio though, no. That was the one subject I was just and art history, but I was like, because it was a Monday night from like 7 to 10 or whatever. It was just on all slides. It was tough to just keep my attention there. But bio was the tough one. So for anyone bio major out there, kudos to you because you're a lot smarter than I am. But so you're here, you get to get some of the experiences. And you're going to be on your way. But what were some of the memorable experiences you had here at RCBC?
Oh, there's a lot. I think the main ones were from so I did a co-op through Moorestown Fire Department.
Okay.
So basically I was there 2 days a week doing like on-call kind of for calls there during the day. And that was amazing because it was kind of like they welcomed me into their family, like it was like the fire family.
Always seems like a brotherhood for sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. So 2 days a week I could go there. They had a little office for me. I got all my schoolwork done for the week, and then when the call would come in, we'd get out there and yeah, it was great. But those are some of my best memories.
That's a great experience for it.
Yeah.
I mean, they have some great programs here at RCBC.
Yeah.
So what are you going to miss most about this place then?
I would say the people I met, like that's I think that's obvious, the connections that you make.
Yeah.
It's very, you kind of take it for granted too when you're here.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden everybody's going their different directions and you hope that you can keep in touch, but sometimes you don't see them again. So, but that's what I'm going to miss is those friendships, I guess.
Okay. So where are you headed next?
So right now I have a job lined up at Penn Medicine in Princeton as in the residency program for nursing. So I'm going to be in the OR there. And I'm just going to take it from there, see what happens. I'm just going to try to, be the best nurse I can be for a few years and then, keep my education going, maybe become a nurse practitioner down the road, or I don't know yet, but
are
we'll see.
Are you stabbing people with needles?
Not yet.
That'd be my terror thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So part of me, trying to get you ready for those next steps, and you said, you're going to eventually have some end goals and you're graduating and such, is also preparing you for some real world interview questions, right? In case you got to get out there.
Sure.
And it's a little different for nursing. It's not as, I don't know, it's kind of very specific in knowing what you have to do.
Yeah.
Right. Not like you're applying to go to some, not necessarily like a law firm or whatever it is, but I like to ask these, out of the box questions just to make sure you get your brain thinking and be ready if you're on the fly. So if you could choose one song to play every time you walked into a room, what would you choose and why?
Oh man. What song? Oh,
music guy too. So.
Yeah. That's a really hard one. Yeah, that's a tough one. Okay. I'm going to go.
Like your walk-up song to the plate, you know what I mean? One of those things.
Nirvana Breed.
Nice.
I'll go with Nirvana Breed.
Okay. All right.
I like that one.
That's good rocking.
Yeah.
All right. So a little different here, but so what do you think about when you're alone in your car?
Oh, I'm usually listening to podcasts on when I'm driving.
You're not thinking at all. You're just kind of just drifting off.
Yeah, but if I'm not, it's thinking about what I got to pick up on my way home for groceries usually.
the honey-do list.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know that. And usually I still forget. I forget the one thing. I'll write some stuff down and I'd still somehow, she's like, but the whole purpose of you going to the store was to pick up, the milk or whatever. I'm like, but I got all this other stuff, right?
And I always say, if it wasn't on the list, then I didn't get it.
Yeah. And usually, especially now I have my daughter, I have like such dad brain going on that I just can't, I can barely remember. I'm always just forgetting stuff. At least I don't forget my daughter. You know what I mean?
That's
the most important part. What do you think of garden gnomes?
Oh, garden gnomes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of funny. So there's a little path in my neighborhood up in West Windsor that people just put random gnomes down. They call it Gnome Village.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So me and my wife have kind of got a collection going in the woods there. So
okay,
we have 2 wiener dogs at home. So we got 2 wiener dog gnomes, I guess, with little gnomes riding the wiener dogs. So then we put them down in the forest. So I like them. I like gnomes.
Not expecting that answer. Was not ready for that one, but that's why I like somebody asking some of these questions.
Yeah.
If you could compare yourself to an animal, what would it be and why?
Oh, I'd have to go. This is preschool me.
Sure.
Would be a sea turtle. I feel like I would be a sea turtle, just
I get that vibe.
Chilling, going around the world.
Yeah, I think it's
in
more
the
like,
water.
Yeah, I can see the sort of surfing kind of comes back a little bit too.
Yeah.
Oh, full scale. I think we're right in that same boat.
I love the ocean.
Music, surfing, sports. You said hockey and everything else. Hockey team. What's your hockey team?
Oh, Devils. I've always been a Devils fan.
I grew up. Kick you off the podcast already.
Philly here.
Yeah, Flyers.
Yeah.
So you're from Canada. You like the Devils?
Yeah. So I grew up in the Toronto area.
Okay.
I do not like Leaf fans. I just didn't like that. I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon there. So
it's not really much of a bandwagon. They keep losing in the playoffs anyway.
They're horrible. And being a goalie, I was a Martin Brodeur fan. So that's how I got into the Devils.
I gotta respect Martin Brodeur, but he kept the Flyers from winning cups.
Yeah.
Especially that stupid trap game they kept
The
playing
trap.
too.
It was boring, but it worked.
Yeah, it did work. But hopefully the Flyers get back on track eventually. I thought the Devils were going to do something this year, especially making all those moves and bringing everybody in.
And then they didn't make the playoffs.
No, then they started trading off everybody.
Yeah.
But we could talk sports and how to do the whole thing.
Yep.
Keep on going. But a couple more questions, and then we'll get ready to wrap things up. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Oh, I'm going with the 100 duck-sized. What was it? 100 duck-sized horses?
Yeah, or one horse-sized duck.
I'm gonna go for the hundreds. Yeah.
Why?
I feel like I could step on them or something.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot, and I can run. But I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't think I could take a big duck though.
Yeah, a big horse-sized duck. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with their big beak and everything else.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. No wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. All right. This is the important question though.
Right.
How would you rate me as an interviewer?
I would rate 10 out of 10.
All right.
Yeah, very you make the guest comfortable. It's like you get some good questions going and good rapport. It's not like dry or anything.
Yeah.
You gotta
try to get some banter going. Well, it helps when
banter.
it helps when I have good personalities like yourself.
Right.
And I can see why too. It's just another reason. They awarded you the President's Award winner, one of the three. Obviously, we have speeches going on for liberal arts, STEM, and then what you're going to be doing for health sciences, which you're going to be speaking, I think, right after the governor of New Jersey.
Yes, I heard that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they ask for your credentials and everything else?
No,
Security reach out.
They did not.
Yeah. They're starting to ask all of us and all our backgrounds and everything else.
Yeah.
You don't want my background. I'll be farther away though. I'll be fine. I'll be running around with the mascot out there somewhere and a microphone interviewing some people. So I'll be far away from the governor. They're good.
Be safe.
Yeah. So, but Joe, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great story to share.
Thanks, Jay.
Is there any advice you'd like to say to your peers or the rest of the 2024 spring graduates? Before we get out of here.
I would say just to have fun and because these years go by really quickly and just have fun. And when you go out there, don't make excuses and not do something that you're afraid of or that's you want to pursue. Just do it. Get out there and do it.
Yeah, you're the living example.
Yes.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You thought of some of the excuses you couldn't.
Yeah.
Your wife steps in and she kind of just kept you focused, and here you are, living
Here I
proof,
am.
43, graduating, and on to be doing some better things.
Can't believe it.
Anything else you want to add, promote? Somebody you want to shout out? Wife, parents, whatever?
Yeah, say hi to my wife Imogen and my stepdaughter Lauren and our two dogs.
All right, Joe. Well, again, congrats, man.
Thanks, Jay.
Looking forward to hearing you, and we'll see you out there.
Thanks, appreciate it.
And there goes Joe. So happy he was chosen one of the President's Award winners for the class of 2024, as he carries such a great outlook on life, such a wonderful inspiration for non-traditional prospective students, and setting a great example that it's never too late to further your education no matter how old you are. Right there. Again, graduating at the age of 43, and looks forward to doing so much more. And speaking of Joe's inspiration, let's now take you to RCBC President Dr. Michael Ciosi's introduction of Joe at the Health Sciences Commencement and a portion of his speech to his fellow classmates.
To our graduates, your degree certifies that you possess knowledge and the mastery of skills. Earning this degree is a testament to your character and work ethic. It's a badge of honor that you can proudly show the world as proof that you're career-ready, life-tested, and one tough baron. As the data shows, the fact that you chose the best community college in the state of New Jersey already proves that you were smarter than most. Next up, we're going to hear from a very impressive baron. As I mentioned, this afternoon's ceremony combines two academic divisions, health sciences and science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, with a student speaker representing each division. The rich diversity of our community college is reflected by the fact that each speaker has joined our community from another country, one from Canada and another from Nigeria. Their stories are very different, but each reinforces the theme that America, despite our problems, remains a land of opportunity for anyone willing to dream big, plan well, and work hard. Our first speaker wants to help save lives, both in his career as a nurse and a volunteer firefighter. Joseph Vercillo grew up in Canada, where he described himself as an average student who lacked ambition, drifting from jobs, and spending his life surfing, playing hockey, and music. Actually, that sounds like one of my life goals. I gotta get those kids out of the house first, though. So, Joe met a girl who was living in New Jersey. Things got serious, and it was time to find more stable living. A desire to help people led him to RCBC's EMT program to enhance his skills for a career in firefighting. Here at RCBC, he gained a new confidence, an appreciation and discipline for school. He pushed himself to apply for and ultimately complete RCBC's competitive nursing program at 43 years old. Today, he's graduating with an offer to join Penn Medicine's residency program to work in their operating room with ambitions of pursuing a master's degree. I will say that he found that stability. Please welcome Health Sciences President's Award winner, Joseph Vercillo.
Good afternoon, esteemed faculty, proud family members, distinguished guests, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. My name is Joe Vercillo, and I'm an RCBC Nursing School graduate, and I'm very honored to be one of the speakers today. Growing up as a quiet, low-key kid in the small town of Port Elgin, Ontario, Canada, I just want to say that never in a million years would I thought I'd be standing here at the age of 43 years old in New Jersey as a nursing school graduate, talking in front of you all today. My mind is blown right now. After graduating from university 20 years ago in Canada, I was sort of like a feather floating down a stream, going wherever the current took me. I worked whatever odd job came my way, and instead of focusing on a career, I focused more on my hobbies of playing hockey, surfing, and making music. No regrets there. I got to travel the world and do what I loved. But 15 years later, I started to wonder why I'd never found a career in something that I was passionate about and gave me a stable income. Looking back on it now, I realized it was because I was pessimistic and had a defeatist attitude. I was convinced that I was never good enough or smart enough to have a decent career with decent pay. I thought it was impossible. I would make up excuse after excuse why I couldn't get a good job. I'd have to go back to school. I'm too old to go back to school. How would I pay for it? I'm not smart enough. Things like that. Then, I met my wife, Imogen. And she turned things around for me, specifically in my way of thinking. She turned me from being a whiner into a doer. She taught me that if I really wanted something in life, I'd have to at least give it an honest try. I'd have to go out there and work hard for it. After we got married, I knew I had to step it up to be her husband. We started to brainstorm on possible careers I could do. She asked me, "What would your dream job be?" I said, "That's easy, firefighting." "Well, why don't you do that?" And the old me immediately replied, "There's no way. I would need to take a chemistry course, and I basically failed chemistry in high school. Plus, I'm too old to be a firefighter now. Nobody would ever hire me." But after receiving a stern look from my wife that said, "What did we just talk about? No excuses," I began to do some research, and guess what? My excuses were wrong. Many fire departments hire candidates over 35 years old, and you don't need chemistry. You can join a volunteer fire department and go to fire school. So that's just what I did. And it was through that 4-month course that I discovered two things. One was Rowan College at Burlington County, where the EMT course was held. The second thing I discovered was a passion for emergency medicine. Right after I was certified in late 2019, I started to look into RCBC's nursing program. After reading up on it and seeing how competitive it was to get in, I was a little intimidated and discouraged. It had been nearly 20 years since I was last in university, and back then I was a mediocre student at best with a solid B average. The self-doubt and uncertainty started to flood back into my mind. Should I even try to do this? I would have to take a full year of prerequisite courses and pretty much get all A's just to apply to the nursing program. Then I figured, you know what? I doubted myself to never become a firefighter, so let's give this a go. Well, with a lot of hard work and discipline, I ended up with a 4.0 average in those prerequisites. And when I got that acceptance email from the nursing department, I almost cried. I could not believe it. So let that be a message for everyone. You're never too old or too young to do anything. Don't be afraid to try new things and push yourself even when something might seem impossible. Don't let those excuses in your mind overtake your work ethic and perseverance. Just put yourself out there and never give up. And if one thing doesn't work out, keep trying other things. You'll find your callings. And I say that plurally because you never know where life's going to take you. I'm living proof of that. Now I'd like to leave you with one last thing. This is a revised quote from the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers that I tailored for us graduates today. My fellow graduates, it's been a long few years. It's been a tough few years. You studied diligently, courageously for yourself, classmates, family, and friends. You're a special group. You found in one another a bond that exists only in college, among sisters and brothers. You've shared study sessions, study notes, study strategies, YouTube tutorials, and held each other in dire moments. You've seen sickness, bad grades, a pandemic, and have struggled together. Some of us have even lost loved ones during this time. But you've also seen hope and recovery and celebrated after passing each of these grueling semesters. I'm proud to be graduating with each and every one of you. You all deserve long, fulfilling, and gainful careers in each of your fields of study. Thank you, and once again, congratulations to the class of 2024.
I love how Joe revised one of my favorite TV shows of all times in Band of Brothers and spun it in a way to encourage and inspire the class of 2024. If you want to hear his full speech, though, which included thanking faculty and loved ones and goes a little deeper into his personal success story, taking him here to the age of 43 to get his degree, you can head over to RCBC's YouTube channel and watch the commencement live stream there. Meanwhile, one of my favorite things to do for the Program Pod Commencement Special is to actually speak with some of the graduating students on the quad after the ceremony while they're taking some selfies with loved ones and asking about their experiences attending RCBC. So let's take a listen to what they had to say. All right, we're down on the quad here. Liberal arts just got done graduating, and I am here with
Alyssa.
Alyssa, and where are you from?
I'm from Burlington, New Jersey.
What was your major?
My major was theater. Well, liberal arts and option of theater. So, yeah.
I got you. So where are you going to next?
Who knows? I'm going to say Disney World because that's what the football players say.
I love that one. No one's got that answer yet. So what was your experience here going to RCBC?
It was fun. It was difficult because of COVID. Everything went online, but I'm glad that I made it through it.
And what are you going to miss most about here?
I don't know. Just the atmosphere, everything. I don't know. A lot of interesting people here, so.
All right. Well, congratulations and good luck, okay? All right. Now I got someone who actually had their own podcast here, Madeline. Madeline, what's your full name?
My name is Madeline Shaber, and I'm a psychology major here at RCBC.
Which you just graduated.
Yes.
Right. So what's the next step?
So I am in the 3+1 program at RCBC, and I'm going to get my bachelor's next spring with Rowan University. So, yeah.
And we got some other things you're going to be a part of. That's kind of a parting gift that we have to us is that you have the SGA podcast here on the RCBC Podcast Network, which we're going to be launching over the summertime, maybe depending on when they're listening to this podcast. What is that about that you put together?
So basically the SGA sit-down series, the SGA officers and president, which I was the president, we all made the podcast, and it's to get to know the RCBC community. So basically, if you don't know a lot about the community, take a listen in because there's some good resources that we have for you guys.
Yeah, you're going to be talking even to the president. We got public safety, all types of things I think the students here at RCBC are going to want to, hear about. But in the meantime, what was one of your favorite memories here at RCBC?
Oh, one of my favorite memories that I had at RCBC was definitely doing the SGA Sit-Down Series podcast. That was the highlight of my year.
That's because you get to work with me.
Yeah, Jay is awesome, guys.
All right, Maddie, congratulations. I'll be seeing you around campus for 3+1, but again, kudos, all right?
Thank you.
So I found somebody else here on the quad. What's your name?
Lucas.
Lucas, where are you from?
Marlton, New Jersey.
Marlton. All right, did you go to Cherokee?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. My wife's the Cherokee chief. I was Shawnee Renegades there. So what was your major?
Business administration.
Very cool. So what's your next step?
Going for a bachelor's now at Rowan.
Rowan University. Okay, so I went there as well. So at least we can kind of merge there, Cherokee, Shawnee, right? So what was one of your favorite experiences here going to RCBC?
Just getting to learn more about, the field and getting to apply it to my everyday life and, where I work. So it's nice.
Okay. And what do you think you're going to miss most about here?
Honestly, just a great community here. It's very personable and very, helpful. I'm sure I'll get that at Rowan, but, here has been nice for that.
Right on. So if there's any parting wishes, if you're a student speaker out there on the, on the stage, what would you say to your fellow classmates?
Honestly, just keep at it. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, like we all just said. Just keep working at it.
Well, congratulations again. Good luck at Rowan.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So we're roaming through the crowd here. It's starting to rain just a little bit, but we still got some sunshine going on. Who am I speaking with?
Aaliyah Robinson.
Aaliyah Robinson. Where are you from?
Well, I live in Mount Holly.
Right in Mount Holly? Okay. So what was your major?
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice. And what's going to be the next step here after graduating RCBC?
Well, I'm in the 3+1 program, so I'm going to be continuing my studies at RCBC.
So you're going to stay right here on campus, but going through Rowan, right? So how was your experience of going through RCBC?
It was nice. The professors are really nice, and they help each other out. So
If there's any inspiring words you want to give to your fellow classmates, what would it be?
keep pushing through.
Keep pushing through. And I hear you're also part of EOF too, right? Do you want to give a shout out to EOF?
Yeah, shout out to EOF, Miss Alyssa. She's helped me a lot. So thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations. All right. Good luck with everything. All right. So we're out here on the quad, and the STEM and health sciences graduates are now out there taking the pictures with Barry and such, and talking to some of the graduates here. Who am I with?
Lolita Martinez.
Lolita. Where are you from?
I'm from right here, Mount Laurel.
Right here in Mount Laurel. All right. So what was your major?
Nursing.
Nursing. All right. So you happy, excited?
I am. I'm happy. It was a long journey, but I'm glad to be done, and I'm excited to get started with my career.
Yeah. Congratulations. Where's that career going to be? Where are you going?
Pediatrics.
So what was it about RCBC that drew you here, and was there anything experienced or something that stood out that you're going to miss?
The friends. I made great friends while I was here. The students. We've been through it together. Ups and downs, like just crying before an exam, and then all passing and with success together. Like that has brought us together for sure. And patient care, of course, just caring for people and finding our way.
Is there any parting words or you want to say for your fellow graduates?
Congratulations, you can do anything, and this is not the end, this is the beginning. Keep going.
All right, so continuing to go out through the quad here, who am I with?
Melissa Frier.
Melissa Frier, and where are you from?
I'm from Burlington, New Jersey.
Burlington, okay, and what was your major here?
HIT, Health Information Technology.
Okay, and how's that experience here at RCBC?
That experience has been so good. Being a mom of two, it was very hard, but by the grace of God, I did it. I accomplished it. I said I was going to go back to school, and I accomplished that goal.
It wasn't that bad, right?
It wasn't. Yeah. It was a smooth journey.
What are you going to miss about this place?
The community. Everybody and the togetherness, everybody supporting each other, that is what I'm going to miss the most.
And some parting words for your fellow classmates.
Keep going higher, and remember, the sky is the limit. So keep pushing and keep moving forward.
Well, congratulations again. Seems like I have a popular person on campus here saying hello to everybody. What's your name?
Hey, it's me, Foz. You might know me, just walking around from AV, just, fixing stuff up in rooms and such.
But now you're walking around campus with a little bit of a tassel and cap and gown because you're a graduate. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yup, I'm out here. I got my beautiful family that supported me. I got my beautiful group of friends here. We won second place also in like a cybersecurity competition in the whole nation. We placed second place. It's been awesome.
You guys got second, huh?
Yeah, we got second.
Okay, so I was going to follow up with that because obviously, so for those that don't know that have been listening to the show, cybersecurity, which we had on a couple of months ago, I think Jordy and such were on there, because you guys you were top 10 in one of the national competitions for cybersecurity. And now you got second, which is awesome. So that's what your major is, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. That is my major. It's cybersecurity, and we keep moving on up. We're not going to settle. We're going to get that first place.
What could you say about that cybersecurity program here at RCBC then?
I honestly think it's amazing. It's definitely the best cybersecurity program. We learned so much together. We got people like Professor Warner, Professor, Dr. Simber. We got Professor Big as well. And then we have an amazing amount of people and staff like in the tech building. We got Dr. Tate, shout out to him, and Dr. Kenny. They helped us so much. They really facilitated our journey to Florida. They help us get the resources that we need. They also gave us the information and gave us the knowledge to make it to where we are today.
And here you are, and said graduating, moving on to the next thing, about to go be Cybersecurity Man of the Year or something like that. But again, congratulations. What would you like to say to your fellow classmates?
I would say keep at it. Even in moments where you feel like you're down at your worst, you can keep pushing through and keep going. Life is always going to test you. You got to be tougher than that.
All right, Foz. Well, your people are calling you. You guys more handshakes to go do and everything. Congratulations once again. Take care. And that, my friend, right there is why I love doing this show. It's the culmination of why we're here working in higher ed in the first place. To see and help each student achieve their goals and listen to the smiles in their voices as they celebrate this special occasion of success. So many great examples right there, including a mom of two powering through, a cybersecurity graduate who was on a team that landed a national award recognition, and so many other great messages. The common theme, though, when asked about what they're going to miss about RCBC, the community. And I'm proud to be a part of that. The other common theme I heard throughout the students is saying, don't ever give up. Keep pushing. So my advice to you is if you're considering going back to school or starting for the first time, you can do it. You just have to take the first step. So if you're interested in any of the programs RCBC has to offer, you can check out rcbc.edu. You'll find information on degrees. You can schedule campus visits, apply for student loans, whatever you'll need will help you in the next step of your educational journey. For now, this is Jay Varga, and this wraps up our summer series special. That's not really easy to say, but yes, our summer series special reflecting on the May 2024 commencement. A new school year is about to start, and I look forward to getting back in the studio and breaking down more programs RCBC has to offer. So till the next episode, enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll catch up soon. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe to the Program Pod wherever you get your podcast so you never miss a show. Cheers.